All right, guys, what's up? Taking another lunch break vlog. We're just gonna walk to the beach because I don't know, it's kind of cool. I can walk to the beach. Talk about the future of foreigners in China. I got people leaving more and more. People are rushing for the exit doors. Let's talk about it. Just saw a story about a gal. I forgot exactly where she was. Around Shanghai, obviously. And she quit her job, and it took her she had to buy a dozen tickets that kept getting canceled over and over again to get out of the country. So that's kind of weird. I mean, clearly there's not a lot of air traffic coming or going right around this, all this stuff. But it's like, yeah, if you're due to get out of here soon, it's gonna be tricky. Even I just saw. It came up in my feed, the Barrett Boys. The Barrett Boys are even leaving. They're taking their ball and going home as well. I mean, they've been here a while. I don't know everything about them, to be honest with you. I know they're like on the shill side of things. But even the shills are hanging up their I Love China videos. I mean, it's the same thing though. The kid said the same stuff that is annoying me here as well. It's like, and they don't even have as far as I know, they don't work a job. They're YouTube full time, those guys. So imagine also you have to have your job and everything else, and you can't travel or do anything. Just being a teacher was limiting my travel opportunity around the country. Before this second COVID meltdown in Shanghai, it was always dicey to try to travel. I haven't traveled outside. I haven't gotten off this island since almost around 9 months ago. I went to Guilin and took a nice little boat tour there and ended up in this really nice place called Yangshuo. Probably one of the best places I've been outside the big cities in China. So yeah, it's like you can't leave China if you're trying to get your money and finish your contract, and then you can't even travel around the country itself. So it's just all getting old. Part of this lifestyle, part of the perks of this lifestyle of doing this is traveling. Obviously, if you can't travel, especially if you can't leave China and get a break from China, which you do need. As much as these shills act as though China's just the best place to ever be, and they don't ever want to leave. No, you have to leave China as much as you can, to be honest with you. Well, I like to be honest. Yeah, leaving China often is very important. If you can't leave China often, you will start to go crazy. You will start to sour your experience here. You will start to want to get out of here. I remember actually my last big vacation during the winter break. I went with a few people. This was just before the whole, the 2020, 2019 to 2020 vacation. And there was a Brazilian guy, Kawe is his name, super good looking young guy, bronze, lean and muscular surfer guy. We were in Bangkok all together, a few of us, and he was just like, oh my God, it's so much better than China. I guess this was his first experience in Asia, was coming to to Sanya, China, or Hainan Island. And I'm like, yeah, dude, everywhere's better than China. Everywhere, man. We're only here for the money. It's interesting, okay? China can be interesting, but look, that's the bottom line. Everywhere is better. The shills are here because their bank accounts are getting bigger for low effort. I don't want to say low effort, whatever. They like being YouTubers. They make videos, they make money. Look, life is hard, okay? You do what you got to do to make money in a, in a tasteful manner, suitable to your sensibilities, what you like to do, what you want to get out of life. I understand some compromises happen. So whatever, I don't even think the shills are bad people or whatever. I just won't watch much of their content is all. Whatever. So yeah, that's basically what's on my mind. I'll be leaving soon. My school wants me to leave. It's interesting, my work visa is done July 25th. So I mentioned that, like, hey, so maybe I could just get out of here in July. Why don't you make sure you find somebody in July? And they're like, oh, no, it's okay. But I'm like, but it's over in July 25th. Oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I mean, they could easily get me a little extension. I mean, I wouldn't stay a day over August, but that's how much they want me to stay till the last week, through the last week until the actual end of July. So part of me wants to, what I would really like is to leave in July and travel, because people are expecting me back in the US the first week of August. So in an ideal world, I get my bonus and I'm out of here the first week of July. That would be awesome, that would be amazing. However, part of me also is, well, I have some stocks, not a lot, but enough. And obviously, if you haven't heard, stocks are down. So that extra bit of money, that last whole month, plus making sure I get the bonus, the contract bonus, sort of, they call it a flight bonus. It's a good chunk of money. I could use it. I mean, the way the world's going right now, the economies and cost of living, etc., that extra money is really important. So we'll see what I end up doing. But yeah, man, I'd love to travel a bit before I outside of China. It's kind of a bummer to be stuck inside China the whole time, and then I'm just gonna go directly to the US, which, if you haven't gotten the hints, I'm not doing that because I'm excited to do it at all. But it's just something, it's time for that for a little while at least. So anyway, yeah. As far as ESL, on top of, the recent story I saw, the shills leaving who aren't married and don't have kids here, and then the gal trying to get out of here, and it took her a dozen tickets, dozen flights getting canceled, and she finally got one. And I've been looking, and it seems like it's going to be tricky to do that. But as far as jobs in the ESL industry in China, I mean, it still looks strong. I mean, we all know way back when the VIP kid and the language centers kind of got decimated. Some of them are still running at, not at the full capacity they once did. But I'm seeing some ads now where they're even saying, this funny ad I saw just today was or yesterday, Russian and Ukrainians. Russians and Ukraine. Are they you guys understand that, they're not, I think around here, Russian and Ukrainians are mostly fine with each other, to be honest with you. I just thought that was funny. The ad said Russians and Ukrainians for language schools. The private schools are still, demanding, asking for people in high demand. And, I know a buddy of mine, he will be leaving Sanya for a really big raise from a single job, going to a private school elsewhere. But I feel like it's just, you can't trust China. you don't know what's going to happen next. So as much as you can't leave the easy ABC bucks, the low effort, low effort. I'm not saying every minute of it is low effort. You can definitely find a job where there's very low effort and you get your salary and it's just such a joke. Some of these jobs though are gonna want professional performance out of you, but the low effort is getting the job. You just show up. You just go, look, I make English noises with my mouth and I've got pale skin, and then they're like, oh, here you go, 30,000 kwai. What else do you want? So it's like that. I mean, so to leave that and go to the US where, I don't know what it's like in the US. I hear people aren't filling jobs and so many people, so many positions, and people are choosing. I don't know what to believe. But when I left the US, you had to stand in line to get a job waiting tables or working at Starbucks. You were lucky to get a job. So it's hard to leave that. People don't want to leave it, but I think it's kind of like the same thing with holding on to stocks or crypto. Yeah, we know what crypto's been doing lately for too long, and you get burned. So I think that people are flirting with danger here, kind of playing with fire now. You don't know what the next shoe is going to drop, and you get screwed. Something big happens. You can't get your money out of China, or you lose your job, or you can't get out of China and you lose your job, or whatever. I just, once you get a taste of being locked down in another country and not having any control over, how you can sort yourself out, it's really sobering, and you don't want it to happen again. So I know a shill called Jerry Good said in his videos that was commenting on all the foreigners that announcing they will leave Shanghai as fast as they can, that the foreigners were just complaining they couldn't get Cokes and hot dogs. Yeah, dude. So no, man, sorry, it's not because we can't have pizza, hamburgers, and Cokes on demand, dude. What a joke. Those are just my thoughts. Either way, I would be leaving. If I didn't have to go back to the United States, my contract's up, I would go somewhere else. Even if I was gonna do the ABC game longer, I would go somewhere else, probably Vietnam, to be honest with you. Vietnam's opening up, is all but totally open. Something like that. If I'm gonna stick with ABC another year or two, I'd be done here. So yeah, that's how I feel about the things. It's over. That'll be 4 years. I made the big ABC China bucks, and that's fine. Now it's time to put other things first, like quality of living and things that matter a little more now. Because in China, I don't care what the shills say, you're sacrificing the most your quality of life. As a Westerner, you definitely are. You are going to get much more. You're going to get a much more beneficial experience in all the other Asian countries, all of them: Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Korea, Japan. I don't know if the Korea, Japan thing seems like that was 20 years ago. It's all about Southeast Asia. I don't know. Maybe that's just where I'm at. But all those places, way better experience than China. Funny thing is I think Phnom Penh has more English speakers than, well, definitely more English speakers than Sanya, China. You will just find even way more English speakers. That's a funny thing too about China, is all the resources and things pouring just gobs of money into English classes, learning English, and it's like the lowest proficiency you'll see in all of Asia. Strange. I mean, it's a little better obviously in a place like Shanghai or whatever, but like Sanya, how many English speakers in this place? This place almost has 1 million people during the off season. I would say out of every 10,000 people, one person is fluent in English. Now, every 20,000 people, one person is fluent in English. Yeah, that's what I'd say about this place. Maybe that's good. That doesn't sound good at all. That sounds bad. But all right, I'm just going on and on now. So that's what's going on. People are leaving. I'm justifying my leaving further by more news stories coming out. And basically anyone who stays to keep holding on to the ABC Bucks. Hey, maybe you have another year of just like smooth sailing. You know, anything's possible, but nothing's guaranteed. And at this point, I just rather not. I don't think it's in anyone's interest. If you don't desperately need the money, you should just go. And you're gonna pay for it. I feel like you're gonna pay for it if you keep holding on to this because you're lazy and greedy or whatever it is. I don't want to be too negative to people about it. I was here for a while. I did the same thing for the same motivations. But you know, you got to know when to, like, you know, same thing with the stocks and the crypto, close your trade or you're gonna get burned. Same thing with staying in China. All right, that's enough of me, guys. Catch you on the next one. Those are my thoughts. Casa Fasa signing out.